The grand avenues of London have long stood as silent witnesses to the unfolding drama, majesty, and intricate societal maneuvers of the British realm, serving as a magnificent backdrop where history and contemporary personal sagas seamlessly intertwine. Every summer, the ancient stones of Whitehall and the sweeping expanse of the Mall are transformed into a vibrant tapestry of military precision, scarlet tunics, and gleaming brass, drawing the eyes of the entire world to the gates of Buckingham Palace. This annual display, deeply rooted in centuries of tradition, serves not only as an official tribute to the reigning monarch, but also as a public stage where the subtle shifts, alliances, and emotional undercurrents of the House of Windsor are laid bare for all to see. To the casual observer, the rhythmic beat of the drums and the flawless synchronization of the household regiments represent an unshakable continuity, an enduring symbol of national identity that remains completely impervious to the chaotic passage of time. Yet, beneath the polished armor, the impeccably tailored ceremonial attire, and the practiced, radiant smiles of the assembled nobility lies a complex web of deeply personal narratives, unresolved family tensions, and quiet triumphs that captivate millions of onlookers across the globe. It is a world where a single choice of attire, a fleeting glance exchanged on a historic balcony, or a deliberate absence from a royal carriage can speak far more eloquently than any official press release issued by the palace press secretaries. As the horses advance in perfect formation and the military bands strike up their traditional marches, the public is treated to a masterful spectacle that is simultaneously a celebration of statehood and a deeply compelling human drama playing out in real time. Before we dive deeper into the hidden details, the unspoken conflicts, and the extraordinary style choices that defined this year's remarkable gathering, take a quick moment to subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you never miss an exclusive look behind the velvet rope of the world's most fascinating dynasties. The atmosphere surrounding this particular summer celebration carries a distinctly unique weight, charged with an intensity that has been building through months of anticipation, media speculation, and profound personal milestones within the inner circle of the monarchy. The journey leading up to this spectacular presentation has been marked by unprecedented challenges, making the collective appearance of the senior working royals a moment of immense relief and profound celebration for traditionalists and modern followers alike. For over a year, the global community has watched with bated breath as the family navigated a series of private trials, health concerns, and structural transitions that threatened to alter the very fabric of the institution. Therefore, when the trumpets finally sounded and the gates of the royal residence swung open to reveal the procession, the collective sigh of admiration from the gathered crowds was palpable, signaling a triumphant return to form. The meticulous organization of the event, requiring months of grueling rehearsal and flawless coordination among hundreds of soldiers, horses, and state officials, provides the perfect framework for a family determined to project unity, strength, and unwavering dedication to their hereditary duties. As the procession wound its way toward the Horse Guards parade, the sheer scale of the ceremony served to amplify the individual stories of those participating, casting a brilliant spotlight on the key figures who carry the future of the monarchy on their shoulders. Every movement was scrutinized, every interaction analyzed by eager onlookers who understand that in the realm of royalty, public presentation is an art form where nothing is ever left to chance. The visual narrative that unfolded through the historic streets of London was a masterclass in regal poise, carefully balanced between honoring the sacred traditions of the past and acknowledging the modern realities of the present generation. At the center of this captivating display was a shared sense of purpose that seemed to unite the extended family, drawing a sharp contrast to the turbulent headlines that have dominated the international press in recent times. The sheer magnificence of the event served as a powerful reminder of the enduring allure of the British crown, demonstrating its unique ability to command absolute attention and evoke a deep sense of wonder, even in an era defined by rapid change and widespread skepticism. As the morning sun glinted off the polished helmets of the household cavalry, the stage was perfectly set for a day of memorable encounters, historic reunions, and subtle public statements that would resonate far beyond the borders of the United Kingdom. The brilliant coordination of colours, the adherence to strict military protocol, and the graceful participation of multiple generations of the family created a profound sense of continuity, reassuring the public that the core values of the institution remained firmly intact despite any external pressures. This harmonious front, carefully presented to the waiting world, provided a fascinating contrast to the intricate personal histories and private dynamics that naturally exist within such an extraordinary family group. As the spectators cheered and flags waved along the barriers, the underlying narrative began to take shape, hinting at a story of resilience, sophisticated elegance, and the delicate management of personal relationships under the unyielding glare of the public eye. The anticipation reached a fever pitch as the carriages approached their designated positions, marking the beginning of a chapter that would be discussed and analysed for days to come, revealing the subtle artistry behind the monarchy's public face. As we prepare to examine the specific details of the day's events, the stunning wardrobe choices that captured the fashion world's imagination, and the notable absences that continues to fuel global discussion, the true complexity of the modern royal court begins to come into sharp focus, setting the stage for an unforgettable exploration of duty, style, and family ties. The vibrant pageantry reached its magnificent zenith as the key figures of the British monarchy emerged into the full view of the adoring crowds, presenting a breathtaking tableau of sartorial elegance and military discipline that immediately set the global media alight with admiration. Leading this flawless public demonstration were the Prince and Princess of Wales, who cut an exceptionally regal figure as they took their places at the absolute centre of the day's traditional festivities. Princess Catherine effortlessly commanded the attention of fashion critics and royal enthusiasts alike, appearing the absolute epitome of sophisticated grace in an exquisitely tailored powder blue Catherine Walker dress. This choice of a serene pastel hue was widely interpreted as a masterful nod to both seasonal freshness and timeless royal dignity, a colour that stood out beautifully against the historic stone facades of London. To complete her impeccably curated ensemble, she wore a matching wide-brimmed hat designed by the legendary milliner Phillips, which added a classic, dramatic flair to her silhouette as she participated in the grand royal procession at Buckingham Palace. Her attention to detail extended to her choice of jewellery, which carried a profound sense of personal history and continuity. She chose to accessorize her look with the stunning Cassandra gold pearl floral burst earrings. These specific earrings have come to represent a meaningful talisman for the princess, having been worn earlier this year during the high-profile installation of the new Archbishop of Canterbury and originally debuting in the public eye back in 2018 for the christening of her youngest son, Prince Louis. By re-wearing these sentimental pieces, Catherine subtly reinforced the deep, unbroken bonds of family, faith, and institutional duty that define her modern role within the monarchy. Beside her, Prince William stood as a pillar of strength and continuity, his commanding presence perfectly complementing his wife's refined elegance as they performed their official duties on this milestone occasion, marking the sovereign's official birthday. The impeccable coordination of their appearance served as a powerful visual testament to their unified front, demonstrating a shared commitment to the demanding roles they inherit as the future king and queen. Simultaneously, King Charles III and Queen Camilla added their own immense grandeur to the spectacle, riding through the cheering throngs in a magnificent horse-drawn carriage that seemed to step straight from the pages of a history book. The royal couple chose matching red ceremonial attire for the occasion, a bold and unified stylistic choice that emphasized the ultimate authority of the crown. The king looked remarkably sharp and resolute in his medal-adorned military uniform, a striking garment that proudly displayed his extensive lifetime of service and his supreme position as the head of the nation's armed forces. Queen Camilla perfectly matched his ceremonial gravity, looking exceptionally elegant in a beautifully structured red coat dress, which she paired with a striking feathered navy hat that added an element of modern sophistication to her traditional attire. Behind the sovereign's historic carriage, a display of equestrian skill and royal tradition unfolded as Prince William, Prince Edward and Princess Anne all rode majestically on horseback, actively participating in the demanding procession through the very heart of central London. This specific display of horsemanship by the senior members of the family is a deeply respected element of the annual celebration, symbolizing their active hands-on leadership and their willingness to serve the monarch in full public view. Princess Anne, widely recognized as one of the hardest-working members of the family, looked characteristically confident and accomplished in her full military uniform, navigating the crowded streets with a seasoned expertise that drew immense cheers from the crowd. Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, also presented a highly dignified figure, his participation highlighting his increasingly prominent role within the streamlined modern monarchy that King Charles has carefully envisioned. As this dazzling assembly moved forward, the palpable tension and the contrasting narratives surrounding the wider family began to subtly surface, casting a long, intriguing shadow over the brilliant sunshine of the afternoon. While the immediate working royals presented a flawless image of dedication, the global audience remained keenly aware of the sharp divisions that continue to fracture the House of Windsor behind closed doors. Most notable was the complete absence of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, who famously chose to step back from their official duties as senior working royals in 2020. The couple, who have established a completely separate life for themselves in the affluent enclave of Southern California, were once again missing from this premier family gathering, choosing instead to remain at their home across the Atlantic Ocean. This continuing separation marks a stark departure from the days when the Sussexes were central figures in these grand national celebrations, standing shoulder to shoulder with the rest of the family to receive the cheers of the British public. The history of their participation reveals a dramatic shift over the years. Prince Harry and Meghan last attended this specific summer event during the late Queen Elizabeth's historic Platinum Jubilee back in 2022. Even on that momentous occasion, the gathering fractures were already fully visible to the public, as the couple did not take part in the traditional carriage procession through the streets of London. Nor did they join the senior working royals for the iconic appearance on the Buckingham Palace balcony. Instead, they watched the intricate military parade from a secluded balcony alongside other non-working members of the family, a visual separation that foreshadowed the deep, enduring rift that continues to define their relationship with the palace. Since their highly publicized relocation to Montecito, California, the Duke and Duchess have focused heavily on expanding their immediate family and building an independent global brand, welcoming their daughter Princess Lilibet, who has now reached the age of 5, to join their eldest son, Prince Archie, who is now 7 years old. Despite the geographical distance and the undeniably shaky relations that have persisted between the California-based couple and the royal court, threads of connection still remain, driven by Prince Harry's ongoing commitment to his various international charitable endeavours. Having recently celebrated their 8th wedding anniversary, the Duke is reportedly harbouring hopes of bringing his wife and young children back to England in the coming weeks. The primary motivation for this anticipated return to his homeland is the active promotion of his highly successful 2027 Invictus Games, which are scheduled to take place in the vibrant city of Birmingham. This major sporting event, which Harry founded to support wounded, injured, and sick servicemen and women, remains a crowning achievement of his public life and a powerful reason for him to maintain a physical presence in the United Kingdom. However, any hopes of a comprehensive family reconciliation during this upcoming visit appear to be firmly off the table, according to well-placed palace insiders. Sources close to the family have explicitly stated that Prince Harry will not see his brother, Prince William, during his time in England, confirming that the profound rift between the two brothers shows absolutely no signs of thawing. This stubborn refusal to meet highlights the deep emotional distance that has settled between the future king and his younger brother, a conflict that continues to fascinate the global public and add a layer of tragic complexity to the family's public narrative. The contrast between William's absolute integration into the machinery of state and Harry's complete independence creates a compelling duality that is impossible to ignore, especially on a day dedicated to national unity and royal tradition. As the military flypast roared over Buckingham Palace, filling the skies with red, white, and blue smoke, the visual representation of the modern monarchy was clear for all to see: a tightly knit, highly focused core group of working royals, standing firm against a backdrop of historic change and persistent personal estrangement. The spectacular synchronization of public duty and private history within the British aristocracy was illustrated even more vividly just days prior to this national celebration, when the senior members of the royal family converged upon the picturesque countryside for a landmark social occasion that perfectly mirrored the underlying complexities of their world. This enchanting gathering took place in the idyllic surroundings of the Cotswolds, where All Saints' Church in the historic village of Kemble served as the romantic venue for the high-profile wedding of Peter Phillips and Harriet Sperling. Peter Phillips, the eldest grandson of the late Queen Elizabeth II and the only son of Princess Anne, has long occupied a unique position within the family, maintaining a highly respected private life while remaining deeply integrated into the grandest family occasions. His marriage to Harriet Sperling, an accomplished National Health Service pediatric nurse and freelance writer, represented a joyful new chapter for the family, drawing a distinguished guest list that read like a definitive register of Britain's highest echelons. The bride looked exceptionally beautiful as she arrived at the historic church, wearing a traditional all-white gown meticulously crafted by the celebrated New Zealand fashion designer Emilia Wickstead. A structured masterpiece featuring exquisite embroidery and intricate floral lacework along the sleeves and high-neck silhouette. The event marked the first time a grandchild of Queen Elizabeth has remarried, creating an atmosphere that was simultaneously groundbreaking and deeply traditional as the generations came together to celebrate a new union under the brilliant summer sky. The heavy attendance of the most senior working royals underscored the profound importance of family loyalty, with King Charles III and Queen Camilla leading the congregation, despite having an incredibly demanding schedule that required them to manage both the sacred wedding ceremony and their official appearance at Derby Day at Epsom Downs on the exact same afternoon. Princess Anne was a naturally radiant and proud mother during the proceedings, subsequently hosting a magnificent and deeply exclusive evening reception for the newlyweds at her sprawling country estate, Gatcombe Park, where guests gathered in the elegant conservatory to toast the couple's future happiness. Also in attendance were Peter's sister, Zara Tyndall, alongside her husband Mike Tyndall, both of whom are known for their warm, down-to-earth public personas and their unshakable closeness to the Prince and Princess of Wales, adding a wonderful element of genuine familial warmth to the elegant proceedings. The Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, Prince Edward and Sophie also joined the celebration, accompanied by Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie and their respective spouses, creating a powerful visual image of an extended family unified by shared affection and deep ancestral roots. Yet, it was the arrival of Prince William and Princess Catherine that truly captured the imagination of onlookers, as their presence at this private celebration brought them face to face with a fascinating chapter from their own youthful past. For this romantic country wedding, the Princess of Wales displayed her signature elegance by opting for a beautiful cream-hued tweed midi dress designed by Roland Mouret, a sophisticated look that featured a fringe-trimmed collar, structured shoulders, and a sleek belt that perfectly emphasized her polished silhouette. She completed her exceptionally chic wedding attire with a pleated, flowing skirt and a matching wide-brim hat, presenting an appearance that was both wonderfully refined and entirely respectful of the bride's central role on her special day. This gathering became a subject of immense interest for royal historians and societal commentators due to the inclusion of another notable couple on the exclusive guest list, Catherine's former university boyfriend, Rupert Finch, who attended the nuptials alongside his highly successful fashion designer wife, Lady Natasha Rufus Isaacs. The history shared between these individuals dates back a quarter of a century to the early autumn of 2001, when both Catherine Middleton and Rupert Finch were young, ambitious students attending the prestigious University of St Andrews in Scotland. The pair dated briefly during their initial year at the historic institution, forming a close friendship and a romantic connection that blossomed just before Catherine famously caught the eye of Prince William during a charitable student fashion show in the spring of 2002. Rather than allowing the passage of time or the extraordinary shifts in their respective social status to create awkwardness or distance, the individuals involved have famously maintained an incredibly mature, sophisticated, and genuinely warm relationship over the subsequent decades. Rupert Finch, who has built a highly successful career as a respected corporate attorney, eventually moved forward to find his own enduring happiness, marrying Lady Natasha Rufus Isaacs in a beautiful ceremony in Cirencester back in the summer of 2013. Lady Natasha, the accomplished daughter of Simon Rufus Isaacs, the fourth Marquess of Reading, possesses her own deep-rooted connections to the royal circle, as her father has long been a trusted personal friend of King Charles III, allowing her to grow up in close proximity to the younger generation of the royal family. This intricate web of shared history and mutual respect was delightfully evident through a subtle yet fascinating fashion coincidence that occurred during the Cotswold wedding festivities. Lady Natasha, who is the brilliant co-founder of the highly successful, ethically minded luxury fashion label Beulah London, chose to attend the wedding wearing a very familiar blue and white silk crepe de chine midi dress from her own brand's collection. This exact three-quarter sleeve garment, featuring elegant balloon sleeves and an intricate white pattern, held a special significance for royal fashion observers, as Princess Catherine herself had previously worn the very same design to a high-profile public polo match in the summer of 2023. The choice of wardrobe by Lady Natasha served as a lovely, unspoken tribute to the Princess of Wales, who has long been a passionate ambassador for Beulah London, frequently choosing the brand's sustainable, artisan-crafted designs for her major public appearances. This harmonious crossover highlighted the complete absence of any lingering tension or ill will between the former university sweethearts. A sentiment strongly echoed by former palace staff, who have noted that members of the royal family are widely known for remaining remarkably close and supportive of their former partners. Rupert Finch has consistently demonstrated an exemplary discretion regarding his youthful romance with the future Queen, famously stating to the British press that his past relationship with Catherine is something he will never discuss publicly, as it remains a private matter that occurred a very long time ago. This unyielding loyalty and mutual respect explain why Finch and his wife were also honoured guests at William and Catherine's spectacular royal wedding at Westminster Abbey back in 2011, establishing a tradition of mutual celebration that clearly continues to endure to this day. The peaceful coexistence of past romances and present responsibilities provides a beautiful lens through which to view the modern British aristocracy, showing a world where personal history is treated with the utmost dignity and maturity. As the celebrations in the Cotswolds concluded and the family returned to London for the grand military displays of the sovereign's official birthday, the overarching narrative of the House of Windsor came full circle, demonstrating an extraordinary ability to navigate the complex waters of human relationships. The juxtaposition of the public grandeur seen at Buckingham Palace and the intimate family moments shared in the Gloucestershire countryside reveals a dynasty that is deeply human, yet fully aware of its grand historic destiny. By balancing the strict demands of ancient protocol with a modern, compassionate approach to family dynamics and personal history, the monarchy continues to secure its place in the hearts of millions, ensuring that each new chapter is written with a profound respect for the past and a clear, unwavering vision for the future.